Welcome back to Stories for Shabbos. This week, we have a great story from the Gemara in Maseches Tanis. Remember a few weeks ago when we learned a story about the special spice for Shabbos food? What was that spice called? Shabbos! Because the spice Shabbos makes Shabbos food so super yummy. But this story starts off a little bit sad because it's about a family. The father was Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa, one of the great rabbis in the Gemara, and this family was very, very poor. They didn't have enough money to buy food, even during the week, and especially for yummy Shabbos food. The Gemara actually says that Hashem would do a miracle, and that Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa and his wife would eat just a little bit of carobs. That's like a little fruit, and if they would just have a few bites, that would keep them full for the whole week, because they didn't have enough money to buy food during the week. But Hashem made a miracle to keep them healthy and strong. Anyway, when Shabbos would come along, all their neighbors and everyone in town would be making delicious Shabbos food like challah and chicken soup and challah and chicken and rice, all the delicious Shabbos foods. But Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa and his wife didn't have any food to cook. And they were a little bit embarrassed, even though you don't need to be embarrassed if you're poor, but they were a little embarrassed. They didn't want everybody around them to know, and they didn't want people to start coming in, giving them gifts and tzedakah. So what Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife would do is she would turn on the fire in the oven, just so that smoke would come out of the chimney, and people who were passing by would think that they were also cooking yummy Shabbos food, even though really the oven was empty. And before Shabbos she would turn off the fire and there wouldn't be any food. But at least everyone else would think that they had Shabbos food and they wouldn't feel bad for that. So one of their neighbors, who wasn't so nice, the Gemara says, was thinking to himself, you know what? I don't think they really have Shabbos food. I'm going to go check this out. He wasn't being so nice. He wasn't trying to help. He was just trying to find out, is that fire that's on every Erev Shabbos, is that really cooking Shabbos food? Or is that just an empty fire? So he walked into their house, he knocked on the door, and they opened the door. And he started walking into the house, and Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife was getting really embarrassed that he's going to find that they have a fire on in their oven and there's no food. So she quickly went to the other room just to think about what to do. So Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa was with this man, and they walked into the kitchen because the man wanted to see what was cooking in the oven. And guess what he saw when he got into the kitchen? He saw the oven was full of big, fresh, delicious challahs baking for Shabbos. Not only that, but he saw that they had a mixing bowl on the counter that was full of fresh dough, a new batch of challahs ready to go in, and he couldn't believe it. He said, I thought they were so poor. I thought they didn't have enough food for Shabbos. And little did I know, they bake beautiful, delicious, big challahs. They probably give them away to all their friends and all their neighbors and share challahs with the whole town. And he quickly called Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife, and he said, get your spatula, get your fork, get your tray. You need to come take the challahs out of the oven. And the Gemara says that even though Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife went to the other room because she was a little embarrassed, she actually wasn't surprised at all. She was kind of expecting that to happen, because she knew that if you believe in Hashem and you have emunah, then Hashem takes care of you, and sometimes Hashem does a little miracle. So when she walked into her kitchen and she found a big, beautiful batch of freshly baked challahs in her oven, she said, thank you, Hashem, for taking care of me again. And I think we learned a few important lessons from this story. Well, firstly, we learned that if somebody doesn't have so much money, you should never be embarrassed. You could always ask other people for help. And if you think somebody else in your community, a friend or a neighbor, is struggling, you shouldn't just try to catch them and figure. You should offer to help. Say, can I lend you some money? Can I give you some food? Can I bring you over a challah? But maybe most importantly, what we learn from this story is that if you trust in Hashem, and you daven to Hashem, and you believe that Hashem will take care of you even if you're going through hard times, Hashem will always be there for you. And if you just turn on the fire in the oven and do a little bit of your own work, and then you have emunah, sometimes Hashem will take care of the rest. And they got to taste the delicious challah with the special Shabbos spice. And they got to eat it and enjoy it, and I guess they had enough challahs that they could share with other people too. Yummy, yum. Hashem saved them and gave them yummy challahs, and they didn't have to be embarrassed. Good Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos.